When you're having some of these gut level conversations with restorers and some of the folks in your sphere, is there any chance that some of that data was driven by fear out of the beginning of this year? Was it kind of like people throwing their hat down and being like, F it, I wanted to get into commercial, I wanted to go direct, and you know what, it's been a first part of the year. I'm just going to make sure that I'm making my money from TPAs because they've been feeding me so far anyways?
That is a great question. And I think some of it has to be that. Yes, I think that there is an overall shift in this mentality, like you guys were talking about, though, where people aren't as anti-TPA as the industry was maybe 2-3 years ago when there was a big movement, a big push against the TPAs. I do think there are more companies now that are doing TPA work well and are being more vocal about it. So there are these companies where people are realizing, oh, well, they're doing a lot of TPA work and they're actually doing really well with it. So maybe there are ways to do it better. And I totally agree with your process point that if you can do TPA work well, take those processes into your other jobs, because often you have to be way more specific and way more in depth on things for TPA work. So if you can take those processes into the rest of your work, that's great. And I think technology also plays into that, and the different platforms and tools that are out there now for contractors. That's actually something that we cover in State of the Industry as well, is like what tools are bringing the greatest ROI? What are the top like documentation tools that companies are using? What's the best CRM out there? What's the best job management software? We try to dig into all those things to help restorers know like what software other companies are using, what's helping move the needle. This has been kind of an interesting few years in that technology space where we're seeing some restorers, people who are restorers coming into the software space, having created their own platforms to try to address some of these ongoing issues that restorers have had on the technology side. So I think we're starting to move the needle there, which does make TPA work, I think, more attainable than a few years ago when you had to have a specific person, which still maybe is true, but a specific person on your staff just to funnel through the TPA work paperwork alone.